Hi, welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining again. So, one of our other listeners submitted questions. I'm actually going to break it up into two different videos because it's a little broad and there's just a lot of different directions we can go. The underlying overall question was, hey, what's some of the differences in just husbandry and home care and things to look out for in little dogs versus big dogs? Wide variety. So, for this video, we're mainly going to focus on our small fur babies. So the little ones, we're going to say dogs at their adult weight that are typically less than 10 pounds. So we're talking about our Chihuahuas, the teacup Chihuahuas, our Yorkies, our Pomeranians, kind of those itty bitty little ones, those little guys. Um, Obviously, there are other breeds that can be small as well. You get the general concept. Small breeds, toy breeds is another way of wording it. So, probably from a puppy standpoint, once you get past and we're weaned off mom and things like that, assuming we're updated with the vaccines, all of that is kind of similar for the most part. That's kind of the point that we're going to kind of pick up and move forward. So you just got your new puppy, we're 8 weeks old, you've already gotten your first round of shots, you're kind of going through that process. New owner, everybody's excited. Woo! All right, new puppy. We've been seeing a lot of them, by the way. They're very cute. So, what do you do with these small dogs? One of the big things that we do see that can turn into emergencies is these small toy breeds are predisposed to hypoglycemia, low blood sugar. The easiest way to prevent that for a lot of clients is very simple: small, frequent meals throughout the day. Generally, when we say that, I'm referring to about 4 or 5 times in the first 3 to 6 months of life. That dramatically reduces your risk for these guys. Once you get past about 6 months, most of our toy breeds, in all honesty, are pretty close to their adult weight and size, and they're not really growing a whole lot more. Very different with our other breeds. Toy breed talk. So once you get to that 6-month mark, depending on your work schedule, your lifestyle, working at home, not single owner household or multiple people, are the kids old enough to help? Are they not? All the variables. Then I think that's a good time to kind of start transitioning into what's more of a realistic routine that you can maintain long term. Because most owners can't do 4 to 5 feedings a day for 10, 15 years for their little fur baby. That's just not realistic. But the initial early stages, man, it really does prevent some other problems for you, or at least shorten our list when we have certain presentations. So, typically, 6 months, they're about full grown. You can start that transition to 3 times a day or twice a day. I wouldn't go to once a day with these toy breeds, at least not yet. For owners that just works better, I would transition that to once they're about a year of age, and then that's fine. Side note, with these little toy breeds, it does seem to be more specific to them. For whatever reason, a lot of them do not eat every day. More so when they're a little older, not in the puppy phases. So if you see that, as long as the behavior and everything else is good, you're probably okay, and you just got to kind of see how it's going, and that's where you got to know your fur baby. You spend more time with them than what we do. So a lot of dogs, they just skip a meal. Some people are hard-headed, some are stubborn. So are our fur babies. They can be very hard-headed and stubborn, and just be aware of who's training who. Is the patient training the owner for what they're eating and when they're eating and how they're eating? Or is the owner training the patient? Yeah, it's a toss-up. We go through a lot of those conversations here too with clients. So those are probably some little tidbits, kind of, we'll say, in the first year or so that I think are very common mistakes that I see frequently with toy breed new owners. And hopefully that'll help you guys out a little bit, and hope you learned something. Thanks again.